That's good. I'll check it out. I wanna see a different thing. Go sit near. Stop clicking that. Give me that.
No, it'll be like a fun throwback to our first ever podcast.
No, it will not be a fun throwback. Be so mad.
No, but the really big mega fans will fucking get it.
You're
though.
right. The people that are important to us will just get it. God, it's so cool that like we just do this shit and they just get it. You know?
It is. That's true, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's
You
like
sound like you're saying it in like a disingenuous way, though.
no, it's just fucking rad that like they like.
It sounded like you were using the same tone of voice when you were like explaining why Tetris is the best game ever made.
No, dude, no. It's just like I just feel like it's so special that we can come out here and like do the shit that we want to do, and then like we can just put that out, and people are just like, yeah, we get this.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just.
You're doing a thing. I
No,
know that
I'm
you're
just saying.
Keith. I've known you your entire life. You're doing a thing right now. I think you're just trying to make like a fun sound test soundbite.
No, I'm just saying.
All the things that you're saying, I genuinely agree with you, but I just can
Yes,
tell that
and
you're saying it in a way that you're doing a thing.
No, I'm being genuine. I'm being for real right now.
No, you're
I'm bearing
not.
my heart. I just like.
I figured out what it is.
special
I
to
figured
me.
out what it is.
Oh,
It's that you're biologically incapable of being genuine, so like you're trying really hard, but it's just not
Well, you
working.
have the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. But
You-
I feel like I can turn it off better than you can.
I feel actually that I can turn it up better than you can.
Actually, could I say for a second, Keith?
Yeah.
I think I can turn it off better
Can
than
I?
you
But
can.
real quick, I'm pretty sure that it's actually me. I can turn it off.
But I
better than you.
think, Keith, that if
Yeah?
you find that if you look back at
See?
previous examples
And
of
see?
this, you'll find that I can turn it off better than you can.
Can I stop you there because I can hear in your voice that I think that you turned it off, but you didn't. And here's me, and I've actually turned it off, and right now it's off.
It's interesting that you would say that because
Yeah.
I'm listening to your voice right now, and I can hear that you haven't turned it off.
I've turned it off. It's off. Hi, this is me. It's turned off. Masks off. Hi, my name's Keith Carberry, and like it means so much to me that I can come out here and do the stuff that I want to do, and I can put it out into the world, and people just get it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and if Keith, if I could be real for a second, isn't it so upsetting that once you have like a YouTube channel that's like, I don't know if I'd call it successful, but we do make some money from it, and we have like a
Yeah.
lot of really great dedicated fans that love what we do.
Yeah.
And I love that they love it. And like it's, like in a way it's really fulfilling, but like also that's when you really find out that like, oh, I'm just gonna be for my entire life no matter what happens because nothing will ever. I feel like that's the other thing that you can find out, and that's
Yeah.
that's a valuable life lesson.
It is. It's good. Wow, we got into it.
Yeah, see, that was me actually turning it off.
Yeah. That sucks. Turn it back
You
on.
know what? Let's put it back on. Let's never do that again.
So, Kyle, this is a podcast that we're doing right now about video
No,
games.
this isn't working though, Keith, because you're not looking at me. I need you to look
Well, I
at
have
me.
the... Do you actually need me to look at you? What's going on?
Oh my God, Keith, I just
What?
got the text of my life.
What is it?
Here's this coming from Nicole. She says, guess what? We just won the lottery. We're millionaires now. Wait, no, that's not what it says. I read that wrong. It says her grandmother canceled her plans for tonight so she can watch the kids so I don't have to be home in 2 hours. So that's
nice.
good.
Look at that.
That's I tried to come here and I was like, you know what? It's going to take so long to get to Keith's house. I'm not going to be there that long, but I need to get away from these horrible kids that I've been stuck in a house with for 5 straight days. So I need to go anyways.
Yeah.
And then there was so much traffic getting off of Cape that
Off of Cape.
off of the Cape,
There we
is
go.
what we say. It took Basically, the amount of time it took me to get here is the same amount of time as I could have stayed here. So, including the drive home, I would have spent more time driving than actually being at Keith's house.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had to update the Xbox and download Cuphead.
Could we fucking talk about this? And I get that it's sort of my fault because I've lived on the Cape for 4 years and I never remember this, but it feels like the one thing that everyone in Massachusetts knows about Cape Cod is, oh man, the traffic. It's so hard to get on the Cape. It's so hard to get off the Cape. All this stuff. Largely totally untrue. It's fine. The one time or the several times per year that is absolutely true is at the end of a 3-day weekend, it's impossible to get off the Cape because everyone who came for their special 3-day fiesta on the Cape is leaving all at once.
And who the fuck is going to the Cape for? I will say this: it was a gorgeous weekend. Mostly, it was rainy yesterday.
What? Was it? I thought it was gross.
Friday and Saturday were really nice out.
Okay, that's just a regular weekend.
But it's October now.
All right, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like it's October. It's October 9th.
So that's what happened was I spent the part of the weekend that you're saying was really nice. I spent it going, what the fuck? It's fucking October. I'm not supposed to be sweating anymore. I shouldn't have to have the AC on. It's October. Fuck this and fuck the weather.
Yeah, so it was really nice out.
So I talked with Isaac about this for like a minute when I got here.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it drives me crazy that, and this was something I kind of learned about when I was working for the airline, because we were like a tiny little like charter service that, you know, it's a charter service, so it's only for rich people and stuff. And you realize just like how little anyone ever has an original thought. You're like, oh, humans have no individuality whatsoever, because all it is just when it's a 3-day weekend, everyone comes to the Cape. It's just what they do. It's like they have no ability to what I always heard was like
cynical.
I always heard like, oh, well, everyone goes down to the Cape on 3-day weekends because it's a time when everyone has a 3-day weekend, so they can all come with their friends and family. It's like, dude, you're rich. You have vacation days. You have the money to skip a day. Like,
well, you know what it is.
All plan to take a vacation day on the same Friday. Then you have your own 3-day weekend. But invariably, everybody crams every person in the entire New England area onto this one landmass every time we have Monday off. It's fucking stupid.
Well, you know what it is that people have fucking like houses up there.
Yeah, but that's
they go like they're like, well, I spent like $1.5 million on a little cottage by the ocean.
Right.
I have to go up to it every time I have a second.
That's true, but like this is what I was saying was like, why can't you just go for the weekend? Like, what is it about that extra 24 hours that like makes or breaks it?
No,
for
I totally get it. Like,
but you have to agree though, like, if you feel like you need a 3-day weekend to go to your special $1 million Cape house, just use a vacation day on a Friday. Like, you don't have to go on the holiday 3-day weekends. You can make your own, right?
Yeah, totally. But like,
basically what I'm saying is everyone's a fucking sheep except me. I'm very original. I have very interesting thoughts and I'm very smart.
But the other thing is like, but the
other thing
you can
is
take
like,
vacation time on a Friday and make any weekend a 3-day weekend, right?
Yeah.
But also, then like, what are your kids going to do? Just miss school? Like for me, like just they don't go to school that day. It's a day of school.
Oh.
But like, people don't think that way. Most parents aren't just like, yeah, you just miss a fucking day of school for fun.
I think so. Hey, I'm going to delete something from your hard drive because I think it's might not be enough space. It says 1.2 gigabytes free, so we should probably fix that. You don't need the Forza 7 demo, right?
No, delete that. Do you want to talk about a video game instead of you being very cynical about people just trying to enjoy themselves on a nice day?
Oh, boy. Well, yeah, but here's the thing, though. When you're sitting in traffic to get off of the Cape for 2 hours, when normally it would take you like 15 minutes, then like you're not having a good time. Or maybe like I was thinking about this, that it was like making me more mad. I was like, I'm sitting here and I'm furious and miserable, and I bet there's a bunch of people in this line of cars here that are like totally fine with it. They're just like, this is just part of the Cape Cod experience. Yeah. When you go to the Cape for the weekend, this is the price you pay.
Yep.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Well,
hey, do you want the Division?
When we were recording.
Hey, man, is your Division raid group gonna miss you if I delete the Division?
No, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, oh yeah, but I remember when I was driving to your house, like pretty much the whole summer, like the time that it took to get there doubled. Like it just went like most of the year it would take me like an hour and 15 minutes to get there, but as soon as the weather was nice, it was like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Or if I was unlucky enough to go on like what is it? I think it's a Thursday. Is like the rental turnover day.
No, it's like Saturday.
Saturday, whatever. When I would go on the rental turnover day, there are times when I spent 3.5 hours just getting to your house. It's not good.
People tell me this about getting to my house, and it's not that I think that they're lying, but like I leave my house and go other places and then come back to my house all the time, and it's never a problem. And I don't understand. Like I went to Boston earlier this week or whatever last week.
Day dependent.
Like, actually, there was some traffic getting back to my house, but it was Boston traffic. It wasn't Cape traffic.
Talking about
are we
video
really
games.
going to do a podcast where I'm just looking at your back the whole time and you're not looking at me? That seems
Is that
weird.
a problem for you? I feel
It just
comfortable
seemed-
this way. Well, here,
All right.
well, the thing that I was saying, I was like, well, because the alternative is I'm sitting next to you and we're both not seeing each other anyway. At least this way you can see the back of my head. And I have
There's
access
no way
to,
that you
like,
could
research.
look. You can't swing that mic around and then be like, "Hey, look at that. That's perfect." I mean, you have to flip the mic, but then it'll be perfect. Hey, that's
Hi.
Aces.
I don't like this as much.
Keith,
I feel like I'm
Keith.
Yeah.
When was the last time we did a podcast in the same room?
800.
How long has it been
800
since you
days.
looked me in the eyes? Keith, here are my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Look at them.
Wow.
They're blue.
This is changing things for me.
Keith, my right eye has an astigmatism. When I close my eyes, the left one closes first. Watch.
That's true. Why is that? Why don't you just shut them at the same time?
Oh, okay.
I
I closed the right one first now. Okay.
Hold on. Let me do one. Same time, right?
I think so. yeah.
Felt like same time. I didn't know that astigmatism.
I think that's what it is. I don't know. I think
all
it
it
just
is
means
it makes one eye close slower.
I think astigmatism is just when your eye sticks out too far.
Now it's not.
So it's not like there's nothing going on with the eyelids or the eyes. It's just literally
that
like
there's more
my
eye there.
eye is sort of bulging out more. So when I go to close my eyes,
Isn't it
takes
fucked up to
longer.
think about how big eyeballs actually are?
I actually have never thought about that.
You know, like think about the curvature of a
Yeah.
sphere, right?
I'm thinking
And how
about it
little
right now.
of that sphere that
That's
we
fucked
see.
up. Yeah.
Eyeballs are fucking big. They're like really big.
Eyeballs are fucking gross.
Yeah, they're gross. Like
They are gross.
and you know that like the fucking like little kid haunted house trope of like it's brains and it's spaghetti and it's eyeballs and it's grapes.
Sure.
You fucking wish eyeballs were grape sized. Like
like you don't even want to know how
dude,
big. Have you
eyeballs
ever-
eyeballs are the size of pool balls.
No, they're not.
They are.
They're not.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's true.
No. Yeah, eyeballs are like a golf ball.
Eyeballs are like that, but no, they're small. They're a little bit smaller than a golf ball. I was exaggerating when I said
God
they're
damn
the
it.
size of, but they are. I think they are. People don't. I just feel like when people consider their eyes, they don't consider the entire eyeball. And I just want people
Guys,
like consider the entire
consider
eyeball.
the entire eyeball. If Run Button's here, if you leave this podcast having taken away one thing, consider the entire eyeball.
Yeah, I'm just sick of people considering, like, wow, your eyes are blue, and it's like actually, it's white because it goes all the way around.
Yeah. Also, did you fucking know this? That like, if you took, what's the color part? The iris.
Yeah.
You know, if you took the iris and you like crushed it up into powder, that powder.
Oh my god, why would I do that?
Well,
Holy shit, why would I do that?
if you're like
Is an eye a powder? Is it like a moth wing?
No, there's plenty of reasons. Like if you're a witch and you're gonna brew some kind of concoction or potion.
Oh, okay.
It's actually mostly witch related
stuff,
activities.
yeah.
You know, if you like ground it up or something, it wouldn't be that color at all because it's not actually that color. It's just that the iris of your eye is contoured in such a way that reflects light to be that color.
Okay.
I mean, everything is that, but you get
now,
what I'm
when you
saying.
said ground it up into a powder, how do you turn it into powder? Because
Like,
for me, it's
if
like a goop.
it got
almost.
if you take it out, you actually it's like a multi-day process. You have to like take it out,
Dry
you have
it.
to let it dry. We actually call it desaturation. You have to let it
Okay.
desaturate
Okay.
over a number of days. And
I
then
smoke it with mesquite.
you take a mortar and pestle,
yeah.
and you kind of work it.
Is it pestle or pestle?
It's pestle.
Yeah.
And guys, don't think that I didn't think about saying,
It's
Pestle?
mortar and pestle.
but I didn't do it because Keith is a hack and I'm a venerated quality video game podcast
Kyle's a
veteran.
high quality man. So video games.
Video games. Hey,
It's only been 16 minutes.
Let's
so
talk
we're
about
on
this.
track for talking about the first video game.
Let's talk about video games. Here's something about video games that I'd like to share with you.
Yeah.
I haven't been playing any of them because
Why
I've
not?
only been making them. Not making them, but
Assembling them.
I've been assembling cartridges of them.
You haven't been playing any video games.
Cuphead is like the most of a video game I've played, but we're about to do a Cuphead video, so maybe we shouldn't talk about it. I don't
Okay.
know. Or
Here's
do
what
we talk about it now?
No.
No? Okay.
Here's what I.
Too many
Oh,
games.
sorry.
I did. You know what's happening now is I'm getting that existential dread because I just woke up and realized that it's October, and I'm like, fuck, I only have 2.5 months to finish Nier Automata. What the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah, so I have to play that, and I'm now that we're getting into Yakuza, I kind of want to play Yakuza 0 on my time.
Oh, you can't do that.
I can't do that?
Because I feel like that's going to...
Well, that could be my game of the year, though.
But that's... Yo, we talked about possibly doing that for the thing, and you wanted the original.
Yeah.
So you...
And I think I made
you
the right
fucking...
call.
You let that chance sail.
Well, but like...
Maybe we finish Yakuza sometime next year, and then you play Yakuza 0 real quick, and then at next year's Game of the Year, you get to be like, hey, this year's Game of the Year is Yakuza 0. I forgot Yakuza 0 even came out this year.
Yeah, it was pretty early. I just feel like there's nothing about... Man, I've got like... I just feel...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just feel like...
No, I'm sorry. Because I know that you knew that I was going to do that, and I feel bad about that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm just,
All right, now.
One of us
now
in-
I'm actually done.
Okay. I just... one of us interrupts the other one, and the other one never does that. And so it's fine that you get mad at me for interrupting you, because you never interrupt me. So listen, all I'm saying is that sometimes interrupting people is part of doing a show, both for
But you-
practicality's sake and for humor.
But you know the thing, though, right? Is it's like every time I do it, I'm like, that's one time too many. You should apologize and actually stop doing it. But then I apologize, and now I'm like, now that I've apologized and said that I'm actually going to stop, now it's just going to be extra funny when I do it again.
Yeah.
And then I do it and immediately feel bad
I
again.
know it's a vicious cycle. Video game. So I need to play Nier Automata. I'm gonna disregard what you said, and I think I'm gonna play Yakuza 0 on my own time. We're not let's playing it.
But I just feel like I feel like you're gonna, even though it's a prequel, I feel like you're gonna know things, or I don't know, Keith.
I don't know either.
And that's,
I think
we should just not know.
I think like worst case scenario is that like I recognize a character that shows up before they're introduced, like as they're being introduced. I'm like, oh, that's that guy that earlier on did a crime or whatever.
Uh-huh. Did a crime?
Yeah, I saw him
That's
do a
actually
crime.
that could be a lot of characters.
Yeah.
In Yakuza. Yeah, and we're gonna have to fucking gorge ourselves on Mario Odyssey at some point.
Oh boy, oh brother, can we
my
play
goodness.
that? Can we play that?
What are you talking about?
That's the Mario Let's Play. We can't just play that.
Fuck that. What? No, we're not gonna. No.
Yeah, you can't. You're not allowed to play the new Mario game for like 3 years.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No. That's the
Yeah, dude,
craziest
you can't
thing
play-
you've ever said.
You can't play the new Mario for like 3 years, dude. Until we get there in the Let's Play.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know what? In retrospect, I should go back and apologize for playing Super Mario 3D World and Mario Maker and stuff.
Yeah,
Mario
you
Kart
should.
8, yeah. Guys,
Um,
all right, guys,
well, none of
officially,
those-
I'm really sorry.
None of those are as important. Those are all single app games.
Mario Maker's not going to be a single up game, my dude.
What?
Got big plans for Mario Maker.
Shit.
I think no.
I don't want a Mario Make.
Here's what you're going to want a Mario Make.
I have no interest in Mario making.
I think first of all,
Do I? I think I own Mario Maker, right?
yep,
I've never played it. I've owned it since day one. I never
that's
played it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Here's it, but like I have it, but I really want to play Mario Maker, but the thing is, I feel like I have to wait for the inevitable Switch release
Yeah.
of Mario Maker because what the magic of Mario Maker is when it's like a zeitgeist and everyone's doing it.
Okay, so
I
video
think-
games.
I think for Mario Maker, we have to like at least do like start to finish. Let's come up with an idea for a level. Let's make the whole level and actually do it for real, rather than be like, let's just throw stuff in a pile just to show you that you can do it. Like I feel like if we're gonna play Mario Maker, we gotta play Mario Maker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you want to
Maybe-
do a level contest?
I don't think so because
You'd have an upper hand because you did so
like
much
I
of it.
feel like
But I'm
so
kind of like a
much
genius.
better at making and playing Mario levels that it won't be fair. And
No,
that you're
but
gonna
we
be
wouldn't
grumbly.
judge. We wouldn't be the judges of the level.
You're talking about like a Dan Reichert, Patrick Klepek style.
I don't know.
Mario off.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, they had like a big thing where they would make a level and then the other person would have to beat it, and it got like crazy. Like it'd be like because you know how when you make a level,
It has to be beat.
you have to beat it once before you can upload
Yeah,
it. It'd be
yeah.
like Dan would make a level and it would take him literally 3 hours to beat his own level.
Yeah,
You know.
that's nuts. No, I mean like we each make a level and we'll play the levels, but then we are like, hey, which one of this is? We ask. We're like, which of these are the better ones?
See, I feel like what we really need to do is we need to be a team. I think we need, when we get to Mario Maker, we need to
Cooperative.
stop. We need to collaborate. And we got to listen.
Okay,
And we got to walk out the other side with one level that is the beautiful
Pristine.
brainchild of both of us.
do you think we make a level so good Nintendo says, you're the boys, we're hiring you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, but I think we know from
Nintendo would never
experience.
do that.
I think from experience with Sonic that we know because we're not running Sonic Team right now that it won't happen that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we've already
if anybody
proved,
with
like-
any brains, if anyone with any brains, they would have snatched us up when they
yeah,
snatched up
exactly.
Paul
Like
Beer.
if we haven't been snatched up by now, it'll never happen.
It'll never
So,
happen. And they know of us.
Yeah. Oh, they know
Oh,
about
they
us.
know.
Oh, they know.
Oh, they know.
Yeah.
Do you know that once a week, Sega of America follows and unfollows my Twitter account? Just to fucking toy with me.
They're like, I know you're out there. But hey, Keith, I just want you to know that
Yeah.
the reason I'm not following you isn't because I haven't heard of you. It's
Yeah.
because I'm not following you.
Every time I tweet about Sonic, the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account favorites it, then unfavorites it. Every time.
Just to let you know, like we could.
Yeah,
but we're
we
not
saw
gonna.
it, but we don't. We do not like it. So do you want to know what I've been playing? Kyle's mad because he was tossing his phone into the air and it hit him on his collarbone because he didn't catch it. And now he's upset, and we live with our consequences.
I was tossing my iPhone, and I was kind of having fun because tossing my iPhone is fun. And I knew
Well, it's a little
Keith,
dangerous.
I knew that it was gonna make Keith mad, and I threw it, and it came too close. It was too close to catch, so I tried to dodge out of the way. But you know what? It hit my clavicle.
Yeah.
Right there, the left one.
I don't know. You were screaming in pain. I don't know if you heard. I told that same story.
I know, but it's, I really feel like it
You're
was my
corroborating.
story to tell.
Oh, okay, that's fair. You're saying that I stole your
And,
story?
and you know, I feel like people get mad when I toss my phone because I grab it.
Yeah.
And
And you don't have a case either.
How would you describe that I'm holding this right now?
Like it was a little bag.
Like I'm holding it. I'm holding
Like
it.
you're holding a doll's purse.
Thumb and forefinger,
Yeah.
front and back, like skinny way.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like tossing it like it's
Yeah, you're
spinning
flicking
in the
it
air.
up. You're flicking it and spinning
And the
it.
thing is, like, I wouldn't say, I certainly haven't lived a hard life or a bad life.
Yeah.
But I feel like one way in which I've been most charmed is that I've never broken a phone screen, no matter how many times I've dropped it. And I feel like people, they've got my number. They're in it. They have it in for me because they're jealous that I'm literally unable to break my phone.
Now,
I'm sorry.
Can I pitch this to you in another way?
I would love you to.
If you were to break your phone screen, you've got that one in the bank. Like, oh, I broke one phone screen. Like,
yeah,
that's not a big deal. Like, so many people are on like screen 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're on screen 1 still.
Screen 1.
Yeah. And so if you broke your phone screen, that's no big deal. That's a gimme.
When I pay for AppleCare, I'm like, I'm doing this because it's smart, but I'm also like, why am I doing it? Because I can't break my phone.
And you know me, we're both anti-phone case.
Yeah.
You don't use a phone case.
No. Why would I? I can't break my phone.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't even look when I dropped my phone just now because I know it's fine.
You know it's fine. Is it fine?
It's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I drop my phone constantly, and I've broken phone screens before, but not like a ton.
Yeah. I mean, like, you've broken the screen of like every phone you've ever had.
No.
Okay.
Not my.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, it's like I hear people they talk about like phone screens like they're paper. It's like they talk about it's like it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's like you breathe on it wrong and it smashes. Well, and I'm just like,
No,
I can't. Not. What's happening?
Yeah, no, I dropped my phone. My LG I've had for over a year now. I've dropped it constantly. I don't have a case on it. There's no cracks at all. But I've dropped my phone and it's cracked. I've dropped my phone and it's not cracked. People that have cases, they've dropped their phone and it's not cracked, and they've also dropped their phone and it's cracked. And I'm like, if you're dropping your phone and it's got a case and it's still cracking, why would you fucking have a case then? Like, it makes your phone feel and look worse.
I think for me,
unless you've got one of those dope ones with like a fucking pot leaf on it.
What? Well, the thing is, I love not having a case because I want my phone to be like as small and as thin as possible.
Yeah, totally.
Nicole, she actually has a case that intentionally, for no reason, doubles the thickness of her phone because she hates how thin it is, and like I can't even comprehend it.
Why doesn't she just buy a thicker phone?
Apple doesn't make thicker phones.
Get an Android.
No, that's
get a Nokia.
No. See, like, here's the thing:
like a
if you came to me and you were like, "I bought a Nokia because I wanted a thicker phone," I would be like, "Why didn't you just get an iPhone and put a thick case on it for no reason?" You know what I mean?
No.
What happened to video games? I guess I haven't been playing any. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I played a little bit of SteamWorld Dig 2.
Oh my god! Tell me about video game news, then, man. I don't want to hear about SteamWorld Dig 2.
Oh boy.
What's going on in the world of games?
Ooh.
You're supposed to be the guy.
Boy, I mean, when you say that I'm the guy, I mean, like, I listen to the Bombcast every week. So
yeah,
I could tell you that...
Well, you used to read video game news.
I
used to, like, go and read.
I guess that would happen. But see, I feel like when I read video game news, it was specifically to collect news for our weekly video game podcast.
Yeah, and you didn't think that we were going to be doing this week?
Yeah, I guess when I came over here and I was like, I only have 2 hours, let's just play Cuphead.
Well, here's the
I wasn't
thing.
Like, yeah.
Contentburger.biz. One of our upcoming goals is we're going to restart the podcast. I think we committed to 1 or 2 a month.
Like 1 a month.
Was it 1 a month to start? And
could I say, Keith? I think
ambitious.
If I could lightly criticize, I feel like sometimes Keith's when it comes to setting Patreon goals, Keith's eyes a little bit bigger than his mouth or his stomach.
You don't think
eyes bigger than stomach? I think sometimes his goals are a little ambitious, but I saw that 1 a month thing and I was like, good one, Keith. You nailed it.
feel like I totally fucking nailed the new thing.
You did better than last time.
Second go round, I think way better, like 1,000 times better.
Yeah, you're right. But I like even I was still like I would have dialed it back.
Name one that you saw that you were like, I'd like to dial that back.
I think art every month is crazy.
Yeah, but we don't have to fucking draw that.
We still have to
and that's a reward that's different than a goal.
I think there's also well, now I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you want me to go through the goals? We can go through them together.
No, let's not do that. But can I tell you something interesting?
Well, hold on. But
can I tell you?
Oh, no, I had a point, and then you can do your thing.
I have to do a FaceTime.
Okay. That kid's got to stop hitting phones and switches.
Yeah, she's
Constantly
in the
banging
seriously
electronics.
in the last 2 weeks, she has gone to like full on toddler monster mode. Like she's just like an animal now. She's just going around hitting everybody, throwing everything on the ground.
She 3? She's 3?
No, she's like
2
and
and 6 months.
She's she's like almost 2 and 6 months.
Yeah, I didn't think that she was because I didn't think that she was born 3.5 years ago. But also, I feel like she's fucking not alive forever at this point.
Right?
I know. It's
See,
like,
no,
ugh.
for me, it's like for me, it's like you've been here for like 5 minutes, right? And then I think about it, I'm like, you've been here for a long time, actually.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It has
2.5
been a
years is a
while.
fucking long ass time.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's 2.5 years, but it's 3.5 years since the pregnancy started, and that's
Right.
also a whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just normal living.
Yeah, it's really weird to think about. Like, Nicole and I have been together for 4 years, and like the first year was like the longest year of my life,
Yeah.
and then she got pregnant, and it's like the rest of it was like nothing. It's like in my brain, it's like, oh, we were together for a really long time, and then at the end, the tail end of it, there was a baby, but it's actually, the opposite. Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because when you're a parent,
Yeah.
it's obvious. Yes! I finally got to use it.
Nailed it. So what I was saying is, like, that upcoming Patreon goal for podcast a month, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Then we'll be prepared. We'll be prepared. So
Yeah.
if you're liking this
Yeah.
and you're like, "Wow, I would love this if it all actually had content in there."
If you were already typing up your constructive criticism comment that was like, really like this, but just wish you were a little bit more prepared with game news, relax. It was called the Impromptu Cast for a reason.
Yeah, we decided to do this on a whim.
On a whim.
Yes.
Could I tell you something interesting though?
What's up?
That goal that you're talking about, one podcast a month,
Yeah.
on contentburger.biz, we have the exact same goal on contentburger.biz.
You know, I'm really sick of
Hmm.
I'm really sick of this content burger thing.
I think if we
Kyle.
have 2 URLs for our Patreon it's really 3 because there's also patreon.com/runbutton. I don't think it's brand confusion. I think it's just more choice.
I think it's brand confusion.
All right. Well,
I think it's
okay. Well, guys, if you don't want brand confusion, everyone just stop going to contentburger.biz and just switch to contentburger.biz.
Don't do that. It's content burger.
There's someone out there.
Take a bite.
There's someone out there that doesn't get it. They're like, no, really, why do you have 2 that sound exactly the same?
All I'm saying is contentburger.biz. Take a bite.
Contentburger.biz. Chillax.
I hate that. No, that's bad. That would be good if you were like Danny McBride.
Well, that's not fair. Don't say that. Danny McBride hears this like, what the fuck? Like, what did I do?
I'm a fucking $25 patron.
Excuse me, did you fucking see me and this is the end? Are you kidding
Are
me?
you kidding? You didn't like Eastbound and Down?
I've actually never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
Yeah.
I haven't
heard
okay.
anything.
I've heard it's good.
I've
heard it's good.
I haven't heard a single thing.
I've heard it was good, and then it was bad, and then it was good again.
Well, I heard the same exact thing because you just told me.
Yeah. So, games I've been playing. I played Tooth and Tail. Do you know Tooth and Tail?
It sounds familiar, but no.
Tooth and Tail is like the super pared down RTS.
Sounds fun to say. Tooth and Tail.
Tooth and Tail.
Tooth and Tail.
Yeah. So there's like 4 factions of animals, and
Ooh.
it's an RTS where the only character you direct. Yeah. Kyle?
What are the animals?
Owls,
Ooh.
squirrels,
Okay.
possums,
All right.
snakes, lizards.
Oh, I thought you said there was 4. Now there's 5?
No, there's 4 teams,
Oh.
and each team is comprised of different
Oh,
animals.
what are the teams?
I can't remember the names of them, but I can give you their general archetypes as I understand them. There's
There's Animalia.
No. There's the big brutes. There's the sort of evil, sneaky, rich guys. There's
Wait. I'm sorry. These animals have socioeconomic classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's the there's the sort of
there's the revolutionary faction.
Well, there's the sort of landed gentry revolutionary faction, and then there's their allies, the sort of poor revolutionary faction.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's a landed gentry?
like people that own like landowners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are
Got it.
landed.
Interesting. I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
No.
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that before.
Um.
I think all those owls have probably landed once or twice.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I bet they're all. I bet they're all part of that group.
See, I was really interested in this until you brought up the thing of like, oh, it's like Zootopia or something, and now I'm like, I'm all the way out.
No, it's not like Zootopia. There's not a story. There's like a story. I mean, no. Sorry. There is a story. It's like, but it's an RTS. It's just like you're building forts.
Well, here's the thing: is RTS is probably my least favorite game genre of them all.
But it's so simple. There's like
That-
2 buttons.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's not like amazing or anything, but so basically the way that it works is you can directly control one character, and that character basically has the ability to
That character is Jack Black.
to advance, hold, or retreat one set of troops or all troops at once. And then you have the ability to build structures and the buildings that then pump out the units.
You know what I've actually been...
And it's really it's like super resource managing. Like all of the buildings are either buildings that pump out units or windmills that collect resources. And your resources are dwindling super fast, so you have to expand. It forces you to expand outward, which is good for me because I'm a turtle. And in RTS, I just retreat in my shell, and I'm going to spend 20 straight minutes building up a gigantic forest, and I'm either going to die trying or win in a massive, overwhelming power.
That's interesting, because up to this point, you had mentioned all these different animals, but you hadn't said anything about turtles.
Sorry, no, I'm the turtle. Yeah, there's no turtles in the game.
Oh, it's sort of like StarCraft. It's like you don't see yourself, but you are a turtle.
Right, exactly. In StarCraft, you're a turtle.
In between every match, they're like, "Greetings, turtle."
Yeah.
You know what I've been
And the turtle is a Protoss.
Exactly.
I've been playing Planet Coaster. This is not a new game.
That's like a... Wait, what?
Planet Coaster?
You say it's not really a game?
It's not... No, sorry. It's not a new game.
Yeah,
It
but
came
it's
out-
like
I think
Roller
it-
Coaster Tycoon, right?
It is like Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's a little wonky in some spots. And like Roller Coaster Tycoon, none of the systems seem to
I've never
work
really played it.
at 100%. Just stuff doesn't work where it's you'll have a bunch of people who are your guests are hungry and thirsty, and then you've got all these burger stands and drink places that are making no money and no one is going to them.
Right.
And it's okay, well, I have a lot of places for them to go and eat
They
and
just
drink.
is the problem just our customers are really dumb? We
Yeah,
need to
and
seek out more intelligent clientele?
I've tried lowering prices on stuff but below the default prices, and it's all the guests that come here love the low prices, but then it's all of these people are still hungry and thirsty. They're not going to the thing, and it's not out of the way. There's they're everywhere. I put them everywhere. So
That's weird.
yeah, and Roller Coaster Tycoon and Sim Coaster have the same issues where it's just the guests don't know how to satisfy themselves despite your best efforts to give them the thing.
That's always the tough part about the Sims stuff. But sorry, that issue that you were just describing with the food stands, is this Planet Coaster or Roller Coaster?
This is
Tycoon?
Planet Coaster
Okay.
specifically that I'm not
That's
having an issue
weird.
with. Yeah, and then what happens is this is funny because this is the least realistic thing about the whole game. The employees will be I'm not being given enough work. I'm quitting. They're I'm not being challenged and it's
that's-
super slow, so I'm out.
Right, because that's everybody that signs up to work running a roller coaster is I'm looking for a high energy, high pace workplace where
Yeah.
I'm going to be challenged.
I just feel I felt this burger stand was going to be busier, and I'm just kind of sitting here on my phone all day, I really wish there was lines out the door.
Oh boy.
Imagine wishing there was lines out the door
Sitting
for your
on
job.
Your phone all day is so good. You know, there are. I mean, we laugh, but there's some people that are genuinely like that. They're
Yeah,
like
but here's the thing: I'll then increase their pay to make them happier, and I'll give them more job training. And they're like, "I love this job training that you're giving me, and I love this increased pay." And then, like 6 months later, they're like, "Getting bored,
getting bored.
getting bored." And then they quit, and I'm like, "Well, then, fucking."
So does that not just mean that your park is too big for how many people you're bringing in?
It's not even that big. It's not that big of a park.
Man, it just sounds like you're really bad at managing a theme
No,
park.
because, and like there's other problems where it's like
And it's an entire planet, I'm understanding.
yeah.
Roller coasters as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, have you seen Space Jam?
Yeah, like
the
when
very
Michael Jordan
beginning.
is going to be taken if he loses.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
that big gigantic planet amusement park.
Where he's going to have to sign autographs.
That honestly sounds dope. Honestly, I was like,
if I could spend 1,000 space bucks to win one-on-one against Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
because his leg is
no,
tied
not
to
only
a-
that, just the whole park sounded really cool.
I don't really remember anything besides the autographs and the losing to
Yeah, well,
everybody
they had
one-on-one.
they had a planet-wide theme park.
Oh boy, guys!
Yeah.
remember that? You know that feeling when like someone brings up Space Jam and you're like, oh, here we go, and then you realize that you remember the part of Space Jam where Michael Jordan's gonna have to lose against everybody in one-on-one
Yeah.
basketball, and you're like, oh god, why do I remember that?
Well, that's why he enlisted the help of the Looney Tunes.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Well, the Looney
The
Tunes
Looney
volunteered.
Tunes, no, the Looney Tunes,
The Looney Tunes.
they took Michael Jordan to their world because they needed help.
yeah.
And then Michael Jordan's all like, I'm going to help these guys. And it's like, well, guess what? If you're going to help them, here's what's going to happen if you lose. You're going to be our fucking theme park slave.
you're right. They didn't have the Jordan idea until after.
Yeah, because they were like,
because they
Michael
originally
Jordan.
were going to just bring the tunes.
There was
So they were going to bring over the Looney Tunes.
the Looney Tunes.
The Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan put his foot down. He says, no, you're not. And he's like, we'll take you too, chump.
You know the one thing. Okay, there's two things I'll give Space Jam credit for. We've already talked about the first one. It's
Hottest bunny.
It's that bit where
It's
Michael
Bugs.
Jordan gets sucked into the Toon World through the golf hole of a golf course.
Yeah.
And Larry Bird and Bill Murray witness it, and they get back in their golf cart and drive away. And Bill Murray says, Larry, I'm just going to give us both threes on that last one. We were in no condition to putt. That's the one good thing about Space Jam. The other good thing is that Michael Jordan gets to the Looney Tunes world, and they're like, you have to help us in basketball. And he's like, guys, I'm not a basketball player anymore. I'm a baseball player now. And they all laugh at him. And that's a really
That
fun
is
part
pretty
of
funny.
Space Jam.
I heard that the reason that Michael Jordan played baseball for a little while wasn't because he wanted to. It was because he got in trouble for gambling, and that was his punishment instead of like making it public and firing him.
Who's making him do it?
Like the owner of the Bulls.
Like he also owned the baseball team, and so he was like, you have to be
I don't really know.
embarrassment
I don't
on
know the
this baseball
details.
team.
I just saw the headline and the subhead. And it was like
Okay.
Michael Jordan probably was like in trouble from gambling, and they would have had to fire him, but they covered
But
it up by making him resign and play baseball for a year and then come back.
Not financial trouble, just like in trouble.
Yeah. No, he wasn't poor.
Was Michael Jackson? Was Michael Jordan not poor?
Yeah,
Was
no,
that
he
the
wasn't
thing about
poor.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he made a little bit of money playing basketball, and then he had
And then he had
some
those underwear
shoes that worked
commercials.
really good too.
Oh, he had the shoes and the underwear. Yeah.
and probably several other things. Cheerios, maybe.
And
Hanes t-shirts.
Well, you know the thing about the underwear.
Yeah.
It also undershirts come with it, or
Wow.
you can buy them. It's like they have more than one product.
That's impressive.
Hmm.
Everybody should only be allowed to have one product.
Like, Michael Jordan had like the shoes, and then he was like, "What about underwear commercials?" And they were like,
No,
"Michael,
one per.
you're getting a little greedy."
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
No, sorry. What I mean is, if you're a company, you should only have one product to sell.
Not that Michael Jordan did this. Obviously, it was like a marketing team or something. But like, was that the invention of the athlete shoe? There wasn't an athlete shoe before Air
That probably
Jordans,
was the
right?
invention of I think it was.
Yeah.
At least that was my implication from the sort of parody of those shoes in Doug. Oh man, do you remember that?
Hey, you want one more reason to watch Adam Ruins Everything?
Yeah, sure.
There's
he ruins Doug.
There's this episode.
Wait, does Adam ruin Doug?
No. There's this episode that's all about like weight loss and how basically it's almost like biologically impossible to lose weight and keep it off. And the whole idea is like they're going to a high school reunion, but it's a high school reunion pool party. And they're like, what kind of person would be this evil to make a high school reunion pool party? And no one wants to get in the pool because they all feel bad about themselves. But then at the end they do. And then Adam stands off and watches them jump in the pool wistfully and just goes, I think there was an episode of Doug that ended this way. And I really liked that.
That's fun. That's fun.
That's
He's
fun.
a fun guy.
Adam Ruins Everything is fun.
He's fun, except he's ruining everything.
I know. Ruining.
It's a really negative title of a show.
Yeah. Well, that's why, that's like, it's like a clickbait headline, but for a show.
Yeah.
It's like, you got to bring them in.
Anyway, so Planet Coaster, fun to design your own coaster. That is not something that I enjoy.
I've never seen the appeal.
Well, because
I'm not dying to make a roller coaster. I don't know.
It's fun.
Okay.
Well, because then you have to, here's the thing.
I like riding them.
You got to balance lateral and vertical G-forces. You got to make sure it's not too scary. You got to make sure it's not too exciting.
Wait. Not too scary and not too exciting? I thought that was the whole point.
I don't think there's a too exciting. So, like, here's the thing. There's, like, sweet spots, right? Like, so fear, you want your fear to be as low as possible. You want excitement to be as high as possible. And you want, fear might be in, like, the sweet spot for fear might be 5. Like, and there's, like, a sort of green zone, and then it goes to red. So you're like, you don't want to be too scary, but you also want it to be very exciting.
Right.
And like that's the balance. Mm-hmm. And then you like also if you if your G forces are too high, it'll kill them.
Well, yeah, because like you're talking about the movie that's about like a special task force of guinea pigs, and like if you make people watch it for too long, they'll all die. Kill themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. G-Force, the CGI animated movie that no one has ever thought of. ever.
I'm the first one.
You're the first one to have thought about that movie. They made that movie without even thinking about it.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What's the scariest roller coaster you've ever been
on? In Six Flags New Jersey, there's a roller coaster called the Nitro that I believe they changed the name to.
Okay.
At the time, it was I believe it was the fastest roller coaster in the country.
Okay.
And the drop was very high. Okay. It was very, very high. And the thing that I will always remember about that is that, first of all, this is pre-Fast Pass. So I waited 3.5 hours to get on that
So there was
ride.
one part of the roller coaster that was not very fast.
Not very fast. If that was slow. You'd think that such a fast roller coaster would have a faster moving line.
It doesn't actually work out that way.
It does not work out that way.
Right.
Because the
it might actually be the opposite.
Yeah, the length of the roller coaster is very normal. It's just the speed that you're traveling is higher. But it's more track. It's more track is what it is. But my dad... I was youngish. I was probably like 14.
Keith, isn't it interesting, and I'm sorry to cut you off, isn't it interesting that we talk about speed, but there's really, when we're talking about speed on two different dimensions. There's, there's movement speed.
And then there's methamphetamines.
How fast are you moving from one place to another? And then there's methamphetamines that you take to, but then there's also speed of how short.
Well, what you're
amount of time
now is
duration.
Takes.
Duration. There's velocity
and there's duration.
And isn't that interesting?
And those are two things that we have to make sure to separate. And we have to make sure that we're considering that those are separate.
And here's the thing, guys. You thought you came for a fun, hilarious podcast about video games, but you didn't think that you were going to think about velocity versus duration.
Yes, exactly. And it's important to make sure that you are having those two ideas distinctly from each other.
Yes.
Because they are two distinct things. Anyway, my dad, there was a little cubby, right, where it's like, hey, put all your belongings in there.
Yeah.
And it was like, put your hats and cell phones or whatever. And I was like, Dad, put your fucking cell phone in there. and he was like, someone's gonna steal it.
Someone's gonna steal my cell phone.
Someone's gonna steal my cell phone.
Someone's
And I
gonna
was like, no
steal
one's
my
gonna
very
steal your
valuable cell phone.
So no one's gonna steal your cell phone. Like, it's everyone's putting their cell phone in there. Like, it's not like this isn't a like.
And this would have been before smartphones. Like, this was back when cell phones legitimately didn't have value.
Yeah. He did have a nice phone. It was like a few $100s, and that was when phones were cheap.
They were flip phones.
Yeah, right. But still, like, he was just like, no, I'm not putting my phone in there. I'm not gonna have my phone stolen. And like at the very end of the ride, like on the last dip, there's this huge bang and a crash, and everybody's like, ah! And I looked after screaming. I looked down and I saw my fucking dad's phone in pieces, falling to the earth.
Nice.
It had fallen out of his pocket. And like, it basically made a noise loud enough that we all thought we were dying and the roller coaster was breaking.
It wasn't part of the ride. It was his phone.
It was his phone.
Oh, okay.
Falling out onto the like tracks and getting run over by the train. The cart.
Okay.
And
see, I was like, why is the big loud noise part of the story?
Yeah. It's because it just like made such a huge like.
That's really funny.
Yeah. And he was not happy when I said "told you so."
Okay. Keith's dad refusing to put his cell phone in the cubby and taking it on anyways, and then the phone breaking, and then Keith being an obnoxious little piece of shit who said, I told you so all day. That's a classic Keith's dad and a classic Keith.
Yeah, I say this a lot, but I kind of haven't changed much since I was about 3 or 4 years old.
Okay, cool.
I'm basically the same since I was 3.
Oh man, and could I tell you now that there's a 7-year-old boy that lives in my house, and he does some of that stuff sometimes, and I want to throttle him every single time.
Yeah, but I'm way funnier than Lucas is.
Not when you were 7 though.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I could probably say unreservedly that you're probably funnier at 7 than he was, just because he's like the least funny person. Like. And I'm sorry, like he has, he's high functioning autistic, so he does legitimately have like cognitive development delays, but like he almost doesn't even understand the concept of jokes still.
Yeah. Still, huh?
Still, he's getting there. He's like, now when he says, Kyle, can I tell you a joke? And he tells me the joke, it's still not a joke and it's still not funny, but I'm like, there's like a little pinch of humor in there. Like I could see, like maybe it'll be like, can I tell you a joke? And then he'll just say something that would be funny if it happened. Like, can I tell you a joke? Like, what if you told your dad? What if you told your dad not to bring his cell phone on a roller coaster, but then he did and it broke? You're like, that would be very funny, Lucas. Yeah.
So you're saying that he doesn't have jokes so much he has like sketch pitches.
Basically, yeah.
Well, you should say like, Lucas, stop calling those jokes. You should say like, hey, Kyle, can I pitch a sketch to you?
Be like, Lucas, don't tell me these jokes. You should go talk to Lorne Michaels.
You should. Lorne Michaels, I just saw him. He did something shitty. I can't remember what it was.
What? That seems
like yesterday.
How could it? What? Lorne Michaels would never do a shitty thing.
Yeah,
what?
He did. Beyond that, I don't remember what it was. But it was like I saw something about it yesterday. Beyond that, what a horrible man that's kept SNL being horrible for decades. I
don't really know much about.
He's just
that whole thing. I don't.
Very hands-on, and he's bad.
It's interesting. Like I've always heard that, and it's like it's so hard to imagine. I almost have to give him credit, not for making SNL good, but like credit for like, good on you for finding the will to be interested in anything for that long. Like I can
especially like being interested in SNL,
right?
Imagine the strength and fortitude it takes to spend decades.
That's what I'm saying, though, right? It's
SNL.
like how could you not get to a point where you're just like, this is the same old fucking bullshit every week?
Yeah.
Like, how could you? I don't know. Anyways,
well, he probably really likes it, which is why it's bad.
Yeah, I guess that explains it.
Yeah.
And
it's bad, and it's always been bad, and it's never funny. It's 90 minutes a week, and it has like 4 funny minutes a week.
And I don't even see those 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I've been trying to figure out a way to bring this up. I love Al Franken, but there's one thing about him.
You're talking about Alfred Frankenstein, his full name?
Yeah, it's actually Alfred Frankenstein's monster.
Senator Al Franken's monster.
He was
Senator's monster.
He was one of the original writers on SNL. That's the thing about him, right?
Yeah. And he was on it too.
So whenever he's on something, like the thing I'm thinking of was he was on Celebrity Jeopardy like last year or something, and people will ask him like, "So SNL, do you think it's still as good now as it was back then?" And so like on Celebrity Jeopardy, he's like, the correct answer is yes. And then Alex Trebek is like, what's the real answer? And he goes, yes. Can you tell I'm a politician now? And like that's Al Franken's thing, is like he doesn't think it's as good as it used to be. And it's like, Al Franken, it was never good. Like, knock it off.
Yeah,
like, come on,
Al Franken.
Like, have some self-perspective. Like, it was terrible.
That's the thing about that show that's so frustrating, is that they take a bunch of legitimately funny people and they squeeze a horrible product out of them. Like, can you imagine a show where fucking, like, John Mulaney worked for years that just sucked every week?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Kenan Thompson would probably be funny in something else, right?
Yeah, for sure. He has been.
Good Burger.
Yeah, Good Burger, Kenan and Kel.
Good Burger, Kenan
all
and Kel.
that, all fucking hits that totally hold up.
Yo, yeah. You could never find anything embarrassing or bad about those. But it was, I think I've mentioned this before, but I was like a huge fan of all that when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. And then I remember when I discovered SNL, and I was like, fuck. All that was just a kid's version copy of SNL.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize how profoundly unoriginal all that was.
So you probably watch Disney Channel shit, right?
Right now?
Yeah.
Dude, if you turn my television on, it will never not be on either Disney Channel or the Disney Junior Channel. Like, it's
There's
the
a Disney
only two.
Junior Channel now?
Oh, yeah, you got to pay extra for it. They play the little kid shows 24/7. It's a fucking lifesaver.
Oh, you like it?
Oh, yeah. Like, I literally called the cable company. I was like, I need to upgrade my cable package. And they're like, what do you want? I was like, I literally just need the Disney Junior Channel.
That's funny. What do they charge you for that?
Oh, in classic fucking bullshit cable company fashion, it was like, we've ran the numbers and we can actually give you like everything you want plus more that you don't want, and it's actually like $50 cheaper a month. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Wait, you saved money by upgrading your cable?
Yeah, because it's like they always have new deals. So it's always like, I'm paying too much because I'm off of one of the deals. But if you call them and be like, what's the deal? They give you a deal.
What's the deal? I want to call up everybody I know and just ask
milk?
that.
Keith, you never asked me what my scariest roller coaster experience was.
Oh, I was expecting you to just offer it, and you didn't.
Well, we never really
and then I
got
forgot.
there.
What was your scariest roller coaster experience?
You said Six Flags New Jersey, and for a second I thought, like, ooh, maybe we'll have the same one. That would be so fun. But there was, because the big deal for a while was Six Flags New England had Superman the Ride of Steel. That was like the highest drop of
it's fucking
fastest
a dope ride. It's a fucking
roller
sick
coaster, whatever.
Coaster.
10 people have died on it.
No. The one in New England is not the one that kills people.
Oh, what's that?
It's the
one?
New Jersey one is the one that kills people.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Okay, well that makes sense because I'm about to tell you about the Superman roller coaster in the New Jersey one.
Yeah.
So this one was an older one, not like older. It just happened to be. Before.
Is that the one where you ride it on your belly?
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like you sit in it, and then
that's the one that killed people.
They fold you back so that you're on your stomach like you're flying like Superman.
Yeah.
And it is legit terrifying from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like kind of like not like I wouldn't recommend it, but just like very terrifying.
Yeah. The worst roller coaster experience, I think, is also Six Flags, but this is Six Flags New England has what's called a ride called the Mind Eraser.
Okay.
Do you know the Mind Eraser?
I don't. I've never been to the New England one.
You should go to the New England one. It's really good.
Okay.
Very nice color palette. Has like a nice nice green and pink sort of color palette. Do you know why they call it the Mind Eraser?
It's because at the end the Men in Black come and they go like the boo.
No, it's because it rattles around so much you're constantly knocking your fucking head against the sides of the thing.
They have that one tiny coaster at Canopy Lake Park that does the same thing. It's the corkscrew.
Yeah, it is significantly worse than that.
That's horrible.
Yeah. You gotta be really careful. I ride it like this.
Oh no!
It's a good roller
Keith
coaster.
is putting his hands on either side of his head.
Yeah. I sort of cover my head like that, so I'm not like.
Your head meat. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm protecting my head meat. They wouldn't let me wear a baseball helmet on the ride. I didn't ask. I didn't try. I've been playing. I'm playing a lot of Destiny 2. I can say this. I was not interested in Destiny 1. I did not like it.
Okay.
Thought it was a bad game. Destiny 2, I'm in. Hooked.
Really?
Yeah, way
That's
into
so
it.
weird.
Is that weird?
Because like I haven't played it, but I did watch like the Giant Bomb quick look. I was like, yeah, show me what Destiny 2 looks like, I guess. And I was just looking at it and I was like, man, like I didn't hate Destiny, but this just looks like Destiny. I don't know.
They fixed a lot of things, or they didn't fix. They tweaked a lot of things that really bothered me about the original Destiny. There's a few things that they do less. First of all, this might be my imagination, or it might be just because I was playing on a harder difficulty, but enemies seem easier to kill, and so you can get through stuff faster, and you're not constantly just dumping ammo into shit.
Hey, I'm not saying we have to go back, but I think you were bringing up something about the Disney Channel and we walked past it.
Oh, yeah. So they had, real quick, we're talking about all that and how it's just a kid's version of SNL. I don't know if you know about this show. I haven't seen a ton of it, but my brother used to watch it. It is sort of that same idea, but wrapped in the Disney Channel formula of also it's a fiction show, and it's called So Random.
Oh, that's not around anymore. But
Have you seen that?
I vaguely recall commercials for it, but the
idea is it's that these are kids who star and write a sketch show.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
First I was going to say that sounds horrible. And then I'm like, let's be real, that's not true. Like they don't write that.
They don't. No, right. They do not write it. But that's the thing. It's got the Hannah Montana twist of like,
okay.
It's a fiction show about these kids
that put on a show. Okay. Yeah, you know what? They don't really do that anymore on Disney Channel. They've moved past it.
Okay.
Disney Channel's really evolved just a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
they brought back That's So Raven.
Well, they had another one of those that was really popular too. They had the redhead girl and the girl with one name. I don't know either.
Let's list all the ones that we can think of that were like that. You know, it was like the progenitor of that.
What?
Famous Jet Jackson.
Oh yeah, and that one was sick.
That one was sick.
That one was fucking sick, dude.
That one was sick.
Yeah.
You know that guy killed himself.
Famous Jet Jackson.
Yeah, that guy killed himself.
What's that?
You know that guy killed himself?
Did he really?
The main guy? Yeah, he killed himself like a couple years ago.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bummer.
I'm going to edit that out because that's fucked up.
You know what's really fucked up about that is now they can't bring back Famous Jet Jackson.
They can't.
They were probably like, you know what? That's So Raven was pretty good, but you know what we should really bring back?
Famous Jet
Jackson.
Man, I love the Famous Jet Jackson. What was the one that was like the Famous Jet Jackson, but he had superpowers?
What? But the Famous Jet Jackson took place in the real world, so they're...
Huh?
The thing was, the Famous Jet Jackson was about a kid who was a television star.
Yeah.
So in real life, normal person. In the television show, like Secret Agent kid or something. But even in the context of the show, it was not real. So if a kid had superpowers, it's sort of defeating the whole premise of like a show within a show.
No, it was just like another Nickelodeon? Disney Channel, one of those.
I don't know.
It was one of those. It was like a kid who was pretending to be a kid, but also he had secret superpowers. And
that sounds like a million shows.
I know, and it was on around at the same time as Famous Jet Jackson.
Oh, you thinking about PJ Masks?
What is it?
You thinking about PJ Masks?
It might be PJ Masks.
Into the Night to Save the Day?
It might be that. What is that?
The PJ Masks something. No, PJ Masks is a Disney Junior show that's on right now. So no, it's not that. I was just having a fun joke time with you.
Well, it didn't work because I didn't know what you were talking about. Destiny.
The theme song goes like this: PJ Masks doo doo, PJ Masks doo doo doo, PJ Masks doo doo, PJ Masks. Here's the real thing, right? Is like,
this still part of the theme song?
Now all it is, it's just in my head constantly, and it's to the point. It's been long enough that I don't even notice that it happens. Is the only songs that get stuck in my head now are all just theme songs from Disney Junior shows, songs from Disney movies.
Well, it's because all they are is like, hey, can you write a 3-second long hook that we could play over and over for 10 seconds?
Well, did you know this about
30 seconds?
About kids shows? Like when I met Nicole and Lucas a few years ago, I found this out was like every kids show now will like maybe not every single episode, but most of them, they'll just have a song in the middle. Like it was a Disney movie. Like they'll just write a new song every week. And like, they're not good, but I'm still kind of like impressed. Like, yeah, you guys actually like, you make like a new musical number every week. That's kind of something.
I guess.
No?
I'm not, they have so much money. You
Sure.
know, like they can be paying like 5 different, like, okay, you have 5 weeks to write a song and you have in the next
Well,
week,
I guess I just mean like kids television is kind of always bad, but it's like not as bad as it was when we were kids, I guess is what I mean.
Hold on. It was only a couple years ago where you're like, kids television is so much worse than it was when we were kids.
That can't be right. Maybe I've just been around it. Maybe I just have Stockholm syndrome, or
maybe I think you have Stockholm syndrome.
or maybe I think maybe I've gotten past like the initial shock of like the oh god, like kids television is horrible,
Well,
and like
like,
now I'm like more analytical about it.
Yeah, no, I think that it's worse. It's just worse because it's
How could you ever judge that though?
because the Rugrats is good
Well, the Rugrats.
and Rocko's Modern Life is good.
I didn't like it as a kid. Like I watched it all the time.
Yeah?
But like I think this was the thing about me. It was like, and maybe I'm giving myself too much credit by saying it was because I was intelligent, but I feel like things that bent reality too much, I never really liked because I felt like there was like no grounding to it. Like it made me feel uncomfortable in a weird way.
Right.
It's weird. But that's kind of what happened with like Rocko's Modern Life was like I would watch it and I would kind of be like, man, this is weirding me out. I don't know.
It was very surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was sort of like it's like if you want your kid to have some sort of psychedelic experience. It's
But
sort
see,
of like
even
what
now,
Rocko's
though,
Modern Life is.
when you're
I remember there's an episode about like him getting lost in a massive department store trying to return a blender that's trying to be his friend,
Oh, I like just so barely like the
or like a food processor. He's like processing too much food, and Rocco's like, "I'm done with this."
There's only 2 episodes of that show that I remember. It's the one where Rocco and Heifer?
Yeah,
He just says Heffa because he has like an Australian accent. Is that the thing?
I thought that he just had a weird one of these voices.
No, Rocco.
Oh yeah, Rocco has an Australian accent. Yeah.
They go to like a baseball game and their seats are so bad that their seats are on the scoreboard. and the scoreboard is depicted as being like 11 times taller than an actual scoreboard would ever be.
See, that's the thing. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, quality aside, there was some fucking wild shit to watch when I was a kid.
No, there was.
And there is not wild shit anymore.
No, that's not true. What I was going to say was when you're bringing up Rocko's Modern Life and Rugrats, you're talking about a set of shows that were for a higher age bracket. Like, when I'm talking about
No, I'm
Disney,
talking about stuff for, like, little kids, like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life, and Courage the Cowardly Dog.
No. Like, you're talking
Like
about
little
those
babies, like shit for babies.
even like, okay, if you want to be like hashtag unpopular opinion, I'm not sure Ren and Stimpy is for any age of person.
No, I actually
but,
always hated Ren and Stimpy.
yeah, like you're talking about shows that are for like generously maybe like 6 or 7 to 12, and I'm talking about like Disney. Like none of that that was all Nickelodeon stuff or in Cartoon Network, but that would never have even been on Nick Jr. Like that was Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Disney Jr.
Well, I'm trying to think of like the little kid shows then that I would. There
was like some fucking
Blue's Clues.
There was some fucking Richard Scary bullshit.
Richard Scary, love it. Love Richard Scary.
But like, I bet if we saw it now, it'd probably be the most insane garbage, right?
Lowly Worm, dude.
Yeah,
Fucking Lowly Worm. His name is Lowly Worm. That's fucking dope.
That's dark, dude.
It's dark, but it's cool.
Boy.
Like Blue's Clues, right?
Yo,
that's
did
one.
you-
That's a good one. I mean, I guess I was watching repeats of it, but I would watch like Mr. Rogers all the time. That shit's
Mr. Rogers,
fucking dope.
that's just a breed of show that straight up does not exist anymore.
I mean, there was no other show. It was it.
Well, I think
Just that
it
one
was like
show.
the last one of those, and probably the best one of those.
I don't even think there was a thing to compare it to.
Well, I mean, when I'm talking about like the kind of show that was like an adult man who's like talking to the kids, you know,
Okay,
like Captain
yeah.
Kangaroo or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
or like Bill Nye.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
I watched like
I was
6 episodes of Bill Nye Saves the World all at once one night and went like, this was actually kind of good, and then never got back to it.
Yeah, I really don't like. I feel like he doesn't work well in a live audience format.
I think it does.
I just don't. I like the frenetic insanity of the original show.
Yeah.
And it didn't have that.
That's what definitely, like, I loved Bill Nye, the science guy, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I can't, like, watch it genuinely now because it's still too much for kids. But, like, the format of it, I'm like, this is brilliant.
The format is phenomenal.
I super did not appreciate this when I was a kid. Like, I remember being in, like, 7th grade.
I did.
Thank you so much. You're very special. I remember, like, in 7th grade, the teacher was like, today we're going to watch an episode of Bill Nye the Science Guy. And it was, like, the first time I'd seen it since I was, like, 5 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be so lame. And then she put it on. I was like, this is actually, this is fucking dope.
It's super good. Yeah, Bill Nye's really good. Yeah, that original show is so high energy and crazy.
It's crazy.
And it's just like sound effects and weird camera shots and like the voiceover guy doing jokes.
Yeah.
I did Arrested Development shit.
I watched a couple episodes like maybe within the last year or two. You want me to give you my favorite bit from that?
Yeah, sure.
There was one episode that was all about the Earth's crust.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I remember that episode.
In the same insane way. Like, they just kept saying crust, like, over and over again in these different ways. And it would keep cutting back to, like, this thing that was made to look like it was cut out of, like, a 1950s, like, family TV show.
Yeah.
So it's, like, a mom and a dad, and there's, like, a kid who's at the dinner table, and he's just, like, silently eating a sandwich or bread or something, and he's not eating the crust. And his mom and dad are just like, Billy, eat your crust, please. Billy, you have to eat your crust. Billy, eat your crust, Billy. And, like, it just keeps cutting back, and he's just, like, working his way through a whole loaf of bread, and there's just, like, a pile of crust, and they're just like, Billy, eat your crust. Eat your crust, Billy.
See, that's fucking good shit.
It's pretty good.
Get out of here with that fucking... what are those other dumb science assholes?
I don't know.
They had, like... There was, like, 2 other
That's a
people
good name
that
for a
did,
show, though.
There's, like, 2 other people that did, like, Bill Nye shit. One, like... And I think the thing about them was that neither of them were actually scientists, but they just had, like, scientists. You don't have to be a scientist to know enough science to teach kids science.
No, I already do.
Yeah. There you go. You could have a science show.
Yeah, and that's, you know, I mean, that's the real reason I couldn't go back to Bill Nye the Science Guy. I already know all about the Earth's crust.
Yeah. Eat your crust, Billy.
Yeah. And I already know, eat the crust.
Yeah.
I know that. Dude, do you remember being a kid and, like, adults telling you, like, oh, you have to eat the crust because that's, like, the most nutritious part of the bread?
Yeah.
That's some fucking bullshit. That's just the most burnt part of the bread.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, that is... One, that's a lie, but 2, no one ever said that to me because I ate the crust because I was not picky.
Oh, well.
I never wanted crust taken off the sandwich.
Sorry for you.
I never wanted crust taken off the sandwich. I never, like, ate around it. I always just ate the fucking... Because I'm not a little whiny baby.
I think it's them new taste buds. I think they just taste shit too much.
I don't know, man. I've never been picky in my whole life. I would always eat anything. I've only gotten less
Why don't you
picky
eat
over time.
this?
No.
You guys know what I was pointing to.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, you can eat this.
Kyle, actually, he made some kielbasa earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, you can eat my kielbasa.
So when I was a kid, right, here's what I didn't like. Mushrooms, olives, and shrimp. Those are my 3 things I didn't like when I was a kid.
Oh, you know what I didn't like when I was a kid?
What?
Fucking braggarts.
Oh, my God. But now you do.
Now I do.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
So I still don't like green olives, but I'm kind of neutral on other olives. And... you okay?
Ow! This hurt me. That was under my foot and it hurt me.
That's fucked up.
Don't tell him what it is.
Okay.
Don't tell him what it was.
I won't.
Don't look at it.
I didn't say it.
Don't tell
I
him
didn't say
what
it.
it was. Okay.
And
I'm expecting you to add that.
I like mushrooms. Very recently, like mushrooms. And then lastly,
I still haven't gotten there.
love shrimp. Love it.
Shrimp, I got around to when I was like a kid.
So my thing about shrimp was I tried it. I didn't like it. But here's how dedicated I was to not being picky as a kid. I kept ordering different types of shrimp to be like, eventually I got to find a fucking shrimp I like. Like I remember the first shrimp that I ever liked was coconut shrimp at the Old Country Buffet.
Boy, no thanks on
And
coconuts.
then popcorn shrimp, also at the Old Country Buffet. And then I slowly worked my way down, having different types of shrimp. Scampi.
You know what, Keith? I think you were onto something as a kid. Good rule of thumb. If they're serving at the Old Country Buffet, it's probably good.
It's probably good. If they've got it at the Old Country Buffet, it's for kids.
But wait a second, though. Did you try all the kinds of shrimp at the Hometown Buffet?
Yeah, everyone. I went straight through.
Okay, good.
I also had a nice bowl of bread pudding. That was their staple dessert, as far as I was concerned.
I thought their staple dessert was all the ice cream you could eat out of their fucking ice cream dispensers or whatever.
That's a pretty good. Well, you can put ice cream on top of the bread pudding, and then they get that dope like hot bread pudding and cold ice cream. Right? Hi.
This couch is getting really hot. That's why I'm moving
It's
around.
getting
like
hot
a
in the
weirdo.
room.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. It's been an hour and 15 minutes of this podcast. We don't have any shit to say about video games.
We got it all out, dude.
Do you want me to say about Destiny?
So much video
we
games.
weren't prepared. Once we hit our $1,800 a month goal, we'll have regular podcasts where we'll actually have video game news. That'll be really helpful to me. I'm so bad at keeping up with video game news now. It'll be really useful to have a podcast where we talk about video game news, so I will have to look up some.
I could hit you some game news.
I want to talk about Destiny first.
You want me to? No one wants to hear about Destiny.
I have
right?
just a quick hits on.
All right, hit me.
All right,
quickly.
so here's the thing. First Destiny, too open. They closed the spaces a little bit. It's still open, but the geography is more interesting.
Okay, all right, sure.
Um,
I was gonna say, I don't know that Destiny 1 was too open, but if you want to say the openness was not interesting enough, then yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant. They had big open spaces where nothing was.
Right.
And this one does not have that. It is either smaller spaces or bigger, more interesting spaces.
Cool.
Second thing, every fucking mission ended with you press a button and you have to wait for 3 minutes while you got hit by wave after wave after wave of enemies. Drove me, and it was like the no respawn zone, which scares the shit out of me. It's very tense. It's funny because actually what it's doing is operating like any other video game.
Yeah, exactly.
All it's doing is taking its very easy format where you respawn in the middle of the fight you were already in and turns it into how video games normally work.
I mean, if they it annoys me too because it's it's handicapping you, but if they didn't have that mechanic, Destiny would be the most boring game ever.
Right, yeah.
It would be a fucking Spartan Ops.
Well, the real
Halo.
thing, the real thing is when it's telegraphed to me that something is about to be harder than it had just been, even if I have not been having trouble, I just get that feeling that I get, and Bungie's almost the only people that can do this to me. I just get that feeling of I hear the hunter music. There's hunters in the next room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to deal with hunters. I'm scared of hunters, and I'm shutting my Xbox off instead of playing more games.
That's funny. I've played probably not as much Halo as you, but I've played a ton of Halo.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine. I don't even think I knew there was hunter music.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it before you see
you can hear it.
Yeah.
It's music you can hear. It's one of those.
music you
It's
can
one of those
hear.
hear music.
And then I have the thing. I have synesthesia, so I can kind of see the music too. It's different colors and stuff. It's very cool. I'm blessed.
Oh.
Yeah.
What color is the hunter's music?
Gray.
That took you a long time to.
I was gonna say black, but it's not black. It's like a charcoal. It's like a gray, charcoal gray.
What's black?
The couch. Oh, musically?
This is actually a very dark brown.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking no. That's black, dude.
That's like a maroon. Like a very dark maroon.
No.
Can I tell
black.
you? Can I tell you about this?
Can I keep talking about Destiny?
Can I say though?
Oh my god.
For years, Keith. 4 years.
4 years?
4 years. I thought the PlayStation 2 cases were black,
They are.
but they're not.
Yeah.
They're a very dark blue.
Nope, they're black.
Very dark blue. And that's
They are so dark blue that it does not matter that they're dark blue and they're black.
But I see it now. I used to not see it, but now I see it.
I have. Give me PS2 case. Give me that. Give me that Yakuza case.
This one might be a...
Oh, this one. Oh, so no, this one's actually black, but
Oh, no, this one's totally... Because you can see in the folds where the color gets lighter, where it's folded, it's blue.
yeah, I can see how this has a sort of blue hue, but it's
Dude, same thing
For all
with the original Xbox. I used to think it was black. It's not. It's a really dark green. So, like, if you
It's-
hold your Xbox up to the light, like a really bright light,
Yeah,
you'll see
you're
that it's
okay.
green.
but like, oh, okay.
I
Think
know
of it
what
this
you're
way.
saying. It's
You know what I'm
effectively
saying?
black.
It's effectively black. It's like how like ocean water actually is blue, right? But like
Sure.
if you're like standing in it, you're like, this is water. This is clear water with
yeah.
no color. But it actually is blue.
It's blue.
It's blue.
Yeah.
But you're like, this is no.
That's kind of
this
like most glass is green, but you can't really tell until you
Right.
like stack like 10 pieces of glass on top of each other.
So the big problem, they still have the things where it's like you press a button and it's like no respawn zone, and then there's waves, but they don't have the thing where it's like survive 3 minutes, and they had that literally at the end
Like,
of every
yeah,
mission in Destiny,
Basically everything.
and it
yeah.
makes the whole thing seem super arbitrary because it's like no matter how well I do, I still have to do this for 3 minutes.
Right.
No matter how many I kill, there will still be more.
Well, are you sure?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
I think it's just a set number of
Because they
waves.
they just send wave away because it like ticks down like 3 minutes, 259, and they'll just keep coming until the waves, and then at the end they disappear. Like you don't even have to kill them.
That's funny.
They just vanish.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it
That's
was
really
fucking
stupid.
crazy, super stupid, and like. They still have objectives in this game where it's like you complete the objective and the enemies that are left over vanish.
Yeah.
But they don't really have just like a timer anymore. And just like not having that timer makes it feel more like I'm in a world where there's enemies that are trying to kill me instead of I'm playing a game where they're just going to keep spawning enemies until my time's up, you know? That was a big thing for me.
I think for me, the reason that I'm kind of like put off by Destiny 2, even though I haven't played it yet, was because I think I was hoping for like, let me think of like an example of like a vastly improved sequel, like
Crackdown.
Fuck, like how can I not pull one? Okay. I don't like Uncharted 2, but let's pretend that my opinion of Uncharted 2 lines up with most people's.
Yeah.
I was expecting like an Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 jump, and instead I got like Crackdown 1 to like a game that's a little bit better than Crackdown 2.
And so here's the other thing. There's stuff that I learned about Destiny that I wasn't understanding in 1 that I think existed still, and I'm not positive.
Like what?
There's 2 things. One, I'm not a warlock or a hunter. I'm a titan.
Okay.
Big deal. Big deal, Kyle.
Why is that?
So, first of all, warlocks have bad jumps. I don't like them.
Okay.
I thought that I liked them. I thought it was cool that I could float around. No, I don't.
I played primarily as a Titan.
Titan's got that like a
Yeah.
yeah.
That Titan.
Hunters have the double or triple jump, and I do like that a lot too.
Okay.
But so that's a big thing. The other thing, Titan. I don't know if this is a class that they had before. Arc Strider, I think it's what it is. Arc Striker.
I think all the subclasses are new.
Okay, so I do extra melee damage, and I get like passive bonuses on like doing melee kills.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is if I kill someone or take down someone's shield with a melee attack, I instantly start regaining my shields.
Huh.
And that fucking like totally opened up the game and made me be able to play way more aggressively, which I like a lot more.
A lot more.
A lot more.
A lot more.
And then, so that's the one thing. I figured my class out. The other thing is the armor things, the armor stuff. You're constantly getting new armor, right? And I never in Destiny 1 got to the point.
Oh, in Destiny 1, you never equiped new armor.
I never equipped new armor.
You didn't know about that.
I didn't, so it was super hard.
Yeah. You might, if you played some amount of Destiny without ever equipping new armor, you might be like the best Destiny player ever.
No, it's so the actual thing is that like I don't think I ever got to the point in Destiny 1 where all my armor was like the legendary armor. What's one below exotic? Do you know? There's like
Probably legendary.
Purple.
Yeah, that's legendary.
Yeah.
No, that's epic.
Epic. Yeah, epic. I don't think I got to that point, and I don't know if they had this before. Your epic armor and exotic, or your epic stuff and exotic stuff, armor or weapons, can eat other weapons to become more powerful.
I think that's new.
Okay, so like, if I have a set of armor that I really like, I don't just have to switch it out because there's a new armor.
Yeah, that sounds new.
I can just feed the armor that I picked up to the armor I'm wearing,
That's
and
cool.
it gets more powerful.
That's cool.
Which works really well with the fact that they made shaders single use instead of permanent use. So I can make my armor different colors to match up with each other. I can make it all matchy-matchy. And then I don't have to, just because I find a new piece of armor, I don't have to switch to that just because it's like, well, this is so much more powerful. I can just feed it.
Well, I'm not 100% sure about the shader. So in Destiny 1, shaders weren't permanent,
No,
but they applied uniformly to your entire armor set.
Oh, is that what
and
it
I think
was?
the difference is this one, they're still not permanent, but you can do it piece by piece, right?
Oh, yeah, that must be what it is.
Yeah.
And
And you can stack shaders? Is that true or something?
I have no idea. I don't think that's
know.
true.
Okay. Keith, I fucked up. We were just about to I think end the podcast because we didn't have any game things to talk about, but I thought of a game thing to talk about.
Yeah, what's up?
First of all,
Anyway, Destiny 2, if you were only like, Destiny's like whatever, but it's not for me, maybe try Destiny 2, because a lot of the things that annoyed me about Destiny 2 or Destiny 1 are not an issue in Destiny 2.
Mhm.
Also, when you hit the level cap and you start getting legendary or epic drops and stuff, it also is a big help. Anyway, your turn.
all right. First of all, can we both agree that we have super fucked up in our PUBG stream game by not having streamed it
Say
in the past 3
PUBG?
months? PUBG? Yeah, PUBG. We said PUBG, but everybody else in the entire world, including the people that make the game, decided it was PUBG. I don't know. I mean, that I do know why, because PUBG sounds really stupid. But
No, PUBG sounds way better than PUBG.
yeah, it's just the way it shook out, dude.
I mean, it's not PUBGEE. That's PUBG. PUBG.
I know, but now I
Plug
think
back.
it's gotten to the point where if you say PUBG, people will start going, "Why are you saying PUBG wrong?" You know, it's like at that level now.
No, fuck that. I'm not giving into the
All
peer
right,
pressure.
you fight the good fight. You can be.
Hey, listen. This is a no PUBG podcast. You are not saying
All right.
PUBG on here. You can say Plunkbat.
Keith, I want to agree with you, but I think it's just inevitable.
We can change the world. We can change the world. We can make this a PUBG planet.
If I could change the world,
I don't know this song.
I would. No, I don't know. You don't know that song, really?
I don't think so.
It's like an Eric Clapton song from a John Travolta movie that was called something. If I could change the world.
Is it Michael?
I would be the sunlight in your universe.
It sounds like Michael.
Michael, what are you talking about?
I haven't seen it. I think it's the John Travolta movie where he plays an angel.
I think he plays an angel, but it's called Miracle or something. It's not like a person's
Maybe
name.
it is Miracle, and I was just like, oh, this is where he plays Michael, the angel Michael.
Probably. It's probably that.
Let's see. You think it is the one where he plays the angel?
He definitely plays some kind of mysterious heavenly creature that inspires people.
Yeah, it's Michael.
The movie's called Michael?
Yeah, Michael.
No. Okay, what then don't what's another one? Maybe there's two.
John Travolta Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. There you go. So John Travolta was a weird heavenly inspiration twice.
This is okay.
It's a good song. I think the reason I knew it was because like I went to my dad's house one time and he was like, I saw that new John Travolta movie. It's not good, but I really like the soundtrack, so I bought it, and then we listened to it a bunch.
You're saying you and your dad bonded over the Phenomenon soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, at least this song, yeah, probably. Oh my god. Is this Eric Clapton?
I don't know.
Because I said Eric Clapton, but did I remember that super wrong?
This seems like it's maybe a cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound exactly like I remember it, but okay, yeah. No, that's a commercial for BBC Earth. We can agree that planet Earth has gone too far, right?
Way too far.
And by the way, I only just in the past few months saw Planet Earth, and I'm like, okay, like it's fine. Eric Clapton, there you go.
Oh, this is much Claptonier.
Yeah. That's probably too close, right, for the mic? Okay.
If I can reach the stars.
Oh yeah, that's the slow hand I know.
Wow, we'll play the chorus. Come on.
Oh, you want me to get the chorus out?
Be reasonable, Keith.
And this love I have inside.
It's taking a really long time to get to the chorus.
It really is, yeah.
Just one more line.
But for now I find
Clapton's taking his time.
only in my
Hey, he's not called...
He's not. I was just gonna say.
change the world. I will be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something. Baby, if I could change the world.
Nothing wrong
Truly
with
Eric Clapton at his
that. Clapton.
soft pop hit. Or peak.
Yeah,
Soft
that's
pop
that's
peak.
definitely what that is.
Yeah.
And I could tell you that even as someone who knows almost nothing about Eric Clapton.
Yeah. No, he's there. Listen, there's a lot of shit you can say about Eric Clapton and how he's a racist and how he like appropriated all of the blues almost single-handedly. It was like him and Led Zeppelin and like didn't credit people he stole music from or whatever. But Eric Clapton's way cooler than that.
I still like that song. I think there's
sure.
nothing wrong with that.
No,
song.
there's nothing wrong with that song, but it's not cool.
No.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah. Things can be totally great, but also not cool.
Yeah, sure.
I'm talking Cream. Cream is the peak Eric Clapton.
He was from that. I didn't know that.
In the white room with black curtains.
Oh, yeah, the one Cream song everyone knows. Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, Crossroads.
Okay.
Sorry. That's the one everyone
Sorry,
knows.
when you brought up White Room, I should have said one of the two Cream songs that everyone knows.
Oh, well, there's Toads.
I'm sorry?
Toads, or maybe it's
Nope.
Toadstool.
Nope, you struck out. I think my theory of there's only two Cream songs anyone knows holds up so far.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, that whole album is good. Let's see.
I know that they had I know they had a best of album called Heavy Cream.
That's funny.
That's fun.
All right.
Hey,
So
Keith.
this is- yeah, it's
Cream's
Toad.
not a band without a sense of humor.
Yeah, no. This is their most well-known album, and there's no way that you know any of the other songs besides White Room and Crossroads.
Great.
Train Time, Spoonful,
No.
Toad,
No.
Born Under a Bad Sign.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't know any of those. Wheels of Fire. That's the best.
And
Wheels of Fire is the only good thing that Eric Clapton ever did, except for Layla.
and I would just like to say,
You know, Layla.
I don't know any of those.
You know that one?
I would maybe know it if like the real musicians were doing it, not whatever's happening in front of me right now.
That's how it goes. That's how Derek does.
He's Derek now?
Yeah, Derek and the Dominoes.
Derek Clapton.
Derek Clapton and the Dominoes, yeah. Well, you know about that. That was his band, Derek and the Dominoes. It was supposed to be Eric and the Dynamos, and someone misread it one time. And
that true?
Yeah, and they
That's-
kept it.
That's not real.
That is real. Promise.
That's
I mean, it might be apocryphal, but it is real enough to be on the Wikipedia page. So
that's crazy.
yeah,
That's sort of like the apocryphal story of why Donkey Kong's called Donkey Kong.
oh, is that apocryphal? Did we find out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It's that you're thinking like that it was supposed to be Monkey Kong.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not true.
What
It was
it?
that they looked up like an English.
Oh, no,
they
this
looked
is
up like
what
a
I thought.
thesaurus for stubborn, and they found that
They
like
found,
donkey
an
was
antiquated.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's the one that I thought you were talking about.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I think there was even like, and I mean, Keith, this is practically a primary source. You go to I Love the 80s, they say the Monkey Kong story like it's true, and it's not.
It's not. It's Stubborn Kong.
Yeah, stubborn ape
Stubborn.
is. I mean, but
I prefer Stubborn Kong, which is actually just a really hard to use dog toy.
But I mean, that's
a deep cut. Do you know what that is?
what
A Kong.
Kong.
A Kong is like a brand of a dog toy. It's like a rubber. It looks like kind of like a snowman shape. Like it's a little ball.
Yes,
a little
I know
ball, a little
that.
ball, and you put a treat inside. It's a Stubborn Kong.
I mean, this is to say nothing of how Ponky Kong fits into all this. But
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong's greatest villain.
Well, that's Wonky Kong, but maybe Wonky Kong and Ponky Kong are.
Yeah. They teamed up with Funky Kong to do ASMR.
I don't know how it happened, but I was like, maybe I was like on like Run Button or something. Like somehow a YouTube hole happened, and I got back to that video, and I
Yeah.
was just like, why? Why is this happening to me?
I think it's so funny.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, oh.
Yeah.
Supportive Funky Kong gives you a ride
Funky
home
Kong
from the
picks you up
airport.
from the airport.
Yeah.
Da.
Oh man!
And then the
thing
last
is,
like 2 minutes is him just chewing gum.
The funny part is like that was.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe this trend has tapered off, or people have just stopped talking about it. But that was barely a parody. Like there were videos that were really like that.
Yeah.
Like to the point where at first when I was watching it, I wasn't sure if it was a joke. or not.
And I'll tell you right now, those videos have not tapered off.
Okay, great,
Yeah, if anything, that's bigger.
great.
Yeah. That's like I kind of feel like that's like a quarter of the whole internet at this point.
Hmm.
I mean, a quarter of all of like YouTube.
Yeah, a quarter of all YouTube. Because if you were going to talk about the whole internet, like at least 50% of it is Simpsons porn.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Dude, I've never seen that show and been like,
Keith-
I want to see them fuck.
You know what, Keith?
Except for Millhouse.
Oh yeah, Keith could
You know,
Run
the
Button-
child Millhouse.
Could yes, I'm familiar with Millhouse. We were talking about PUBG and
Excuse me?
PUBG versus PUBG.
Right.
Anyways, Fortnite came out, and you really liked it, and I feel like
Yeah.
your enthusiasm tricked me for a little bit into thinking it's good, but now I decide I don't like it
Mm-hmm.
right now. But then, do you know about their Battle Royale mode?
Yes, their stolen game mode.
Yeah, so they basically just copied PUBG, they copied Plunkbat, and then weirdly, like, so there's so much weird stuff around Fortnite because it's like this weird, totally unfinished game that they're charging full price for, and there's even physical releases of it that don't say on the box that the game's not done yet. Like, it's really wild. And now they copied wholesale PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds in a new Battle Royale mode in Fortnite, and that mode is completely free. It's like separate from the main game, and anyone can play it.
What?
Yeah, weird, right?
That's very weird.
And so now Bluehole, which is the developer of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds,
Yeah.
they just released a thing that was like, "Yo, we're not happy about this
Yeah.
because Fortnite is made by Unreal, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds runs on the Unreal Engine,
Yeah.
which is made by made by Epic. They're both Fortnite and Unreal are made by Epic. So now it's like this question of like, yo, you were like sort of our business partners, like helping us do our thing, and now you just like copied our thing. Like, we're not sure if we have grounds to take legal action, but like we're thinking about it. Like they literally
and they
said
totally
that.
should.
Yeah.
I definitely think they should.
Because I think some people have been misinterpreting this as like hey, you copied our game, so we're suing you. Like that's not how that works. Like anyone could copy Battle Royale, but it's specifically the muddy area where it's like Epic probably had a big hand in helping Bluehole iron out the technical aspects of making their game work.
Yeah.
And so you could argue like, well, now they have all this foreknowledge about how to do this, and then they could just do it really quickly and like eat their lunch or whatever.
Yeah. And it also is stupid because like fucking like player versus player combat is like literally the last thing I want from Fortnite. It's like totally antithetical to like anything that I like about that game. So they just stuck this weird like loss leader. They tacked it onto a game that has nothing to do with that game mode.
It's totally like it doesn't fit. Like I'm not saying it's a bad idea.
Like Fortnite is a very relaxed, low-key base building game.
So for you, I know that you love that it's so relaxed.
Yeah.
But for me, I would call it boring.
Honest, like but the whole point of it for me was as like a palate cleanser after playing literally PUBG.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, man, that was like super intense, and I just spent 40 minutes like laser focused on a game.
Right.
I just want to run around and build a base because I like to build a base. I like to build a base.
You like to build a base?
Yeah, you don't like to build a base.
No, I mean, I like the base building. I just, like, I think that's a good system, but I think they put it in a boring game.
I don't think it's boring. I think
I think if you said, like, hey, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds added, like, a new mode where, like, you can build structures, it would be like, whoa, that sounds crazy and awesome.
Sounds dope. Yeah, I would way rather that than the thing that's actually happening.
I don't know about that, but sure.
You wouldn't way rather to be able to build a structure in Battlegrounds than play Battlegrounds in Fortnite? I feel like you totally would rather that.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant way rather play PUBG where you can build stuff instead of regular PUBG. And I'm saying, like, I think that might sort of ruin a little bit of PUBG's thing.
I would just much rather like the world where PUBG is stealing from Fortnite rather than where Fortnite is stealing from PUBG.
Yeah, exactly. Is vaulting in there yet? I haven't played it in months.
No.
Bummer.
Not as far as I know. Not from like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Very excited for
Bummer, I hardly know her.
All right, show's over. Thank you, guys.
That's the run button in Promptcast.
Yeah, you've got to go if you want to help us have material.
You got to go to ContentBurger.
Better podcast. Go to contentburger.biz. I am crafting a lawsuit to make it illegal for Kyle to say Content Burger.
Oh, here's one more bit of game news. I just got a text from GameStop. Not a text. I got an alert from the GameStop app. Want to win a free SNES Classic? Of course you do. Opt in to win by texting IN to 46787. Good luck!
Don't do it.
When I thought about it, and it was like, oh yeah, Nintendo never wanted you to buy these. They just wanted to get into headlines. Because then when you think about it, it's like, of course, 30 of the best NES games for $60, $2 a game for Final Fantasy and Mega Man 2 and Mario Bros. 3. Of course they never wanted anyone to buy any of these. They're losing money on every single one.
That kid's got to stop hitting phones and switches.
Yeah.